looks like you've chalked some successes in WASSCE results. I want us to talk about, I see you smiling. I want us to talk about that. What is the contributing factor to this?
Well, the provision of core textbooks is one of the major factors that have made
helped.
Us. But not the core textbooks that are there, that students earlier alluded to. Because with that core textbooks, it's very difficult teaching as a teacher. I remember when I was handling social studies at a point, as I earlier said, I had to buy my own books. I was having about 3 or 4 different social studies textbooks before I could go to class and prepare notes and give it to the kids. And now the child has access to that core textbook, being English, science, for free. Yeah, they don't pay anything for free. So beside the core textbooks supplied to students, you also have what you call teacher motivation. The teacher motivation, before the introduction of free SHS, every child was supposed to, no, depending upon the school strength or the abilities, every child was being levied. The minimum was 30 Ghana cedis. So if that meant 30 Ghana cedis, you are not able to pay. Sometimes you could not be given opportunity to even take the end of term exams. So when, after 2016, that is 2017, 2018, government decided, no, this time I will not allow kids to pay for those levies, but I'm going to absorb it. So we call it, the term it's teacher intervention. So that teacher intervention, look at the population that the school has. If the school has a total population of 1,200, they will multiply by 50 Ghana cedis. So that 50 Ghana cedis will be sent to the school's account. So as soon as it hits the account, then the school have a criteria, because I may be handling or be having 15 or 18 periods a week. Somebody will be handling 25 or 30 periods a week. So there's always variation as to how much that the teacher is supposed to be given. Then we also come to the teaching of math and science. We were taught, or we were given some information before, when we were at the pre-tertiary level, that mathematics is a very difficult subject. But after going through the education ladder, I got to know that mathematics is one of the cheapest. If you're able to get the right caliber of teachers, facilitators to take you through, to let you know the rudiments, what goes into this. If you're teaching about Pythagoras' theorem, how did it come about that theory? If you're teaching about circles, at least that teacher, if he has gone through a certain training, he's able to take you through that you don't have to chew everything, but you should understand how the concept came about. So now the teachers have been given the opportunity to go through what you call a refresher training, to sharpen their skills, so that when they get to classroom, it will not be what you call the root learning, where you chew for pass and forget syndrome that we are used to. Now, coming to integrated science too, science is more of activity-oriented. And how do you create that conducive environment? How do you create that convenient environment so that the child will feel so safe, so happy to learn science? Because science is a bit strange to us. So if we're a teacher and we're handling such a subject, you must just come to the level of student. Like we're talking about pollination. So how do we teach the kids to understand how pollination come about? You should take your time, take them through. So the teachers have been given a whole lot of refresher training to sharpen their skills, so that when they get to classroom, the teaching, the delivery process become a bit easier for them. Then we also have what you call remedial packages to all students. Now, we've come to realization that some schools are tagged or classified as low-performing schools. In terms of WASSCE results, about 30 or so, more than 30 schools or so, they do perform poorly, abysmally. So those schools are giving special remedial, those kids are given special remedial classes, so that where they have gaps, where they have some shortfalls, we are able to correct it.
How long has this been running?
No, since the introduction of free SHS, since the introduction of free SHS, and those teachers are also given some level of some motivation, a strengthened motivation in various forms, so that it will just ginger them to do more. Then we also have what you call the continuous professional development allowance. As we have in tertiary institutions where they have the book and research allowance, now at the second cycle institutions, teachers also are entitled to what you call continuous professional development allowance. Last one, that was November, all teachers within under the Ghana Education Service were paid 1,200 each. For the professional teacher, non-professional were also given 800 Ghana cedis. So, if you put all these things together, they are all going a long way to ensure that the learning outcomes that we expect after the introduction of whilst the free research is being implemented, we get it. So that about these are the factors that have contributed to, and other factors that have contributed to the success story that we are sharing today.
I see. You kept mentioning, talking about teachers and all of that, but teacher unions have embarked on several strikes this year, with the recent one being the issue on the GS director. Now, my question is, what accounts for this?
Well, employees always expect that employers give them what is due them. And first, the conditions of service are improved. The whole lot of issues. But this strike, the recent strike that was embarked by teacher unions and NAT in Nagada City, personally, I was not happy. I wasn't enthused about that. Because in appointing Director General of Ghana Education Service, the teacher unions are not, in the ordinary sense, are not supposed to be consulted. Because if you look at the Act establishing Ghana Education Service, you have the Act 1023 and 1049. Nowhere is it stated that for president to appoint the Director General of Ghana Education Service, you should consult with teacher union. No. And they also reference that, if you go to NTC, National Teaching Council, that one is so clear, it's so explicit, that for somebody to be appointed executive director to the National Teaching Council, you should have taught for close to 10 years. That one is clear over there. But when we come to the Director General of Ghana Education, it's not mentioned over there. Nothing is mentioned over there. What the president is supposed to do extensive consultation, thorough consultation to establish whether indeed the very person that we are giving the job has the capacity, has the knowledge, the expertise to work over there. And Dr. Akosa, if you look at his CV, having taught at the Kumasi Technical University for close to 12 years, he will spend more of his time teaching than he being as a banker. So we're surprised. But now the issue is being resolved at the closed-door meetings that we are engaging the teacher unions.
Right. So the